Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the quarterfinal round of the EPIC47 OSU tournament, sponsored by XP Pro Eyewear. Thank you so much for having us. My name is Dimash, and joining me, you've seen him before, you'll see him again. He's lovely. He is Doomsday. How are you, Doomsday?
I am very green today, thanks, Brian. Very green. Eco-friendly shirt on today for the matches, and this one is one I'm actually really excited about between one of the international players at the tournament, Manny Vat, also known as Burning John, against one of our mainstays, one of our regulars, Velcro Shoes. Seed 5 versus Seed 4. On that seeding, it should be really close, but I reckon in terms of the matchups and the sort of skills these two like to play, this is a really interesting matchup going into it, I think.
Yeah, this is the one to watch because you've got Velcro Shoes, who's very much, as you have probably seen him here before, he's so good on, a lot of the heavy tapping mechanics. His snap aim is beautiful to watch. But Manivat, kind of the international player here this time, very well-rounded player, can play a lot of skill sets, probably not necessarily to the same mechanical level as someone like Velcro Shoes, but in terms of being an all-rounded player, will serve him very well in the bracket stage because you can't be good at everything.
No, you can't. And this map pool, I think a few of the players have been saying that the star rating is a little bit deceptive on this pool because some of the trickier maps outside of the mechanics maps, the aim and the stream maps, are pretty spicy, and the more versatile players can make use of those. Velcro Shoe is definitely known for his speed and his tapping ability. That side of it, he could potentially be the best player in the entire tournament when it comes to like the speed maps. But against a player like Burning John, who can cover probably most of this pool, if not all of it, pretty decently, I'm curious to see how he's going to match up on maybe some of Burning John's picks in particular.
Absolutely. You can see the bands coming in already. Blue obviously is Burning John, so you can see that No Mod 1. As well as that DT3 being taken out. Again, very mechanically challenging maps, I would say. And on the flip side of that, you've got those No Mod 4, No Mod 5 coming out from Velcro Shoes. Very much sort of techie, rhythm-heavy style maps that definitely suit more to Manivat, Burning John. Skill sets, I would say. I think those are pretty standard bans from what we can expect.
Yeah, it sounds like Velcro just banned the exact same maps he banned in his last match against Stormer as well, so he knows what he doesn't want to play, that's for sure. He definitely knows what he does not want to touch, and I think they do make sense against Manivat, Burning John. But this No Mod 3, I think, opened up with from the Dutch player, definitely makes sense. It's more of a control style, very rhythm heavy, lots of 1/6, 1/3 in this. All about the control, and immediately an early break there from Velcro, but the accuracy doing well out the gate for him.
Yeah, absolutely, and I believe this was in the match against Luna. Burning John did have this map banned, so it wasn't really a comfortable pick, but is taking full advantage of it now. And don't believe we did actually see Velcro play on this in the last matchup. Got a just under 300k, 286 with a 92 AC, but a much better performance out the gate this time as it stands. Velcro, the accuracy player here, whereas Burning John, now with that break from Velcro, looking to pull some score back with a nice, good combo.
He's definitely coming back. I think it was just the very early jitters, getting used to the AC of this map out of the gates, but he settled that really well now, and that AC is completely evened out. I think in terms of these sorts of control-heavy maps, and especially the ones afterwards as well, he's definitely going to be the favourite when it comes to the AC game. But Velcro Shoes keeping up with the combo game pretty well, but it's not going to be enough here. He's falling behind as the map's gotten on. Yeah,
as we continue to push through, Velcro Shoes got a little bit of combo accuracy. Is very similar at this point, but do favour, Manivat right now, but can't hold on to it. These Buzz sliders really causing some issues for Velcro Shoes at this point. And it looks like it's going to be a bit of an underperformance from Velcro from the last matchup, but for Burning John, a solid first pick on the board with that beautiful 94 AC, I would say, on this for nearly 400k.
Solid. Really solid here from Aniavat and Burning John. Good first pick. Velcro looks pretty good at the start of that, though. You got to say, he was out like 97, 98 at the very start. But as the patterns went on, he definitely started to struggle a little bit on the axe side. And thankfully, Manivat, for his sake, managed to pull it together for the second half and really have a nice ending there with just the 6th miss. It's good, that is, for that map.
Yeah, very low miss count, really helping there when your combos are really similar. But that, as you said, as we kind of transitioned in the second half of that map, very much strong performance for Manivat there. So good, solid first pick, and this is going to be a contentious map for both of these players. As we kind of, we had a discussion before this sort of match kicked underway, and one of the things we were very much talking about was the fact that Velcro is very much going to be trying to pick the mechanic-heavy maps. So you saw that No Mod 1 was banned, you saw that DT3 was banned. No Mod 1 is definitely, this No Mod 2, so mechanically challenging.
Super spaced. Like, this map is hitting like nearly follow point streams. It gets so spaced in the second half. It's a really infamous, loved stream map from Jemmy. AR10 as well, so no density at all, and it's only 170 BPM, so it's pretty slow, which means that at this star rating, the spacing is just insane. The first half, though, much easier than the second, so if you miss at the start, it really hurts you, and Velcro is the first one to get a break in the intro.
Yeah, long way to go in this map, though. So much combo available. But the reverse is true. If you can't get off the starting mark, you're so far behind the rest of the field. And all eyes sort of on Manivat now to see how far they choose to take this. Quarter of the way through the map already. Not a long No Mod 2 as we've seen in the past.
No, especially with this first part here being much more chill than the second half. Breaks here really hurt. There's a space pattern coming up here. We'll see if someone slips on it just here.
Oh, and it's Velcro shoes, but
traded though.
Does get the trade. Not a massive score margin there as we'd expect. There was a big accuracy drop from Manivat kind of going into that stream just to try and hold on to it, but came out the tail end of it, not really gaining too much from it. It's all to play for at this point. Tiny bit of combo of Velcro shoes, but the accuracy is really going to need to stay high for him if he wants to pull back that score margin.
And the streams of all time are about to come. Chain misses here will like half your score. Both these players have act to lose. Can someone do a God mode run on this? Here we go.
Looking good, looking solid. Velcro goes down, but so does Manivat, keeping the score margin close together. But it's all about recovery at this point. Who can readjust just fine, and they're both finding chain misses together. Keeping that solid, but Manivat's earlier combo starting to do the damage now and show fruit. And it looks out of hand. Like you said, the calm section now to this map.
That was actually pretty even on the hard streams at the end there, which only benefits Manivat with that combo at the start. That combo at the start, I think, pretty much won him that, but also the miss count. 12 miss compared to 26, holding just slightly better on that harder section. But not too much in that. But it's a breakpoint straight away here for the Dutch player. Yeah,
especially looking at those MP results. You've got a slight underperformance again from Velcro shoes, maybe kind of feeling the strain of the LAN setup and the LAN environment. We're on day 3 now, really, for us. Adjustment is normally quite good at this stage of the tournament, but very much what your top-end capability is really tested at LAN.
Oh yeah, it's like, I guess Velcro at this point, he's played quite a few Epic LANs. He kind of knows what to expect. He knows how he likes his setup. With the way the Epic LAN BYOC is set up, but even then, it's adjusting to it is so hard. That said, though, not too far off his previous score is here for Velcro. Slightly down, but not too much. Still room for him to pull it back, but straight into some low approach rate hidden with Angel Dust. It's just a big point for Manivat, and Velcro is probably not looking forward to playing this one.
No, absolutely not. Yeah, Velcro's solid hidden player mechanically wise, but this is more than mechanics. This is density reading, which, you look, just looking at this map, you see a lot of notes on the screen there and there. You have to you have to keep track of everything that's coming up ahead in a different way that would be tested from a high approach rate map. It's less about reaction time and more about how much can you remember in a period of time.
Yeah, especially going from that AR10 map in no mod straight into this. That's a big jump. Early lead though for Velcro after Burning John got some chain misses on some of those streams.
Massive lead, in fact.
Yeah.
We're talking 10% accuracy here, even though there aren't a ton of notes, and that is going to change massively if Manivat doesn't start picking things up. He's going to find himself too far behind to catch up. Velcro's not doing as badly on this as we kind of potentially expected him to. Having a great run on this so far.
This guy, he does not like his hidden, and yet he just shows up and can just play it. But low AR hidden, this is a surprise to see Velcro do so well on these streams. Look at him, I bet you he can't believe it himself. He's doubling the score of his opponent on AR rate hidden. This is a shocker. I didn't see this coming.
No, absolutely not.
I got this though. Tell you what, the ending of this is really hard, so it's not over yet. And there's a break from Velcro. There might just be a chance, maybe.
Manivat can't get it together. The misses keep coming in left and right. And the way we're looking at this, Manivat might just throw this lead away. It's 85k, it's not out of the round. We've still got a quarter left. If Velcro starts finding some chains, they're starting to come in. Accuracy's dropping, but Manivat can't find the accuracy. He's hitting way too early on average. Just hasn't got the timing window down.
Yeah, he's really struggling with these rhythms. These rhythms, though, are so complex and on low AR hidden. It's so hard to know where you are. But both players struggling with it. But Velcro with the first bit of combo, making such a huge difference. And Velcro just won on AR hidden against Manivat. Who had that on their bingo card? It wasn't me.
Oh, it wasn't me. It was not me.
Wow.
Wow, that is really unlucky for Manivat. That is not the performance we'd come to expect from him on that one at all.
I mean, that's how it goes sometimes. The way the cookie crumbles sometimes ends up all over the floor and all on your lap. And it just didn't work out this time, especially with a map like that. AR rate, streamy, rhythm heavy. Sometimes you're just not in sync with it, and you just struggle on a play like that. But regardless, Velcro won't care. He dropped his own pick, but immediately gets the breakpoint back. So he's actually back at a pretty decent spot. And he's picking hidden 3. He's picking hidden. Okay, he's apparently a hidden player now. He's just going to stick with it. You know what? I respect it. I respect it. Maybe he senses blood after seeing that. Maybe he realizes, yeah, you know what? Maybe this is the time to get hidden 3 out of the way.
Yeah.
Just in case Manivat gets warm up on it later on. You know, let's play it now while he's possibly not quite warm on hidden.
While he's struggling, punish him. No, this is an interesting hidden map. This kind of takes elements of both what you expect from sort of a hidden 1, which is very mechanically heavy, to a reading heavy map in hidden 2, and then you kind of mix them together in a way, and you kind of get this map. That's the best way I can describe it.
Yo, Dimash, you have a go at pronouncing that song title for me?
La Route des Yeux. How's that?
Merci. That's as far
Arigato.
Si, senor. But yo, hey, this is a cool map though, and quite an old school map as well. 2018, I believe this is. But it still plays very well today. And this is looking like a pretty inspired pick so far. Velcro's aim on the hidden, looking really good on these swinging patterns.
Velcro, he's absolutely demolishing this map right now. So clean on these snappy jumps. This is basically the bread and butter of the map. You've got to make sure you don't jump off these too early, but if you've got the snap aim for this sort of thing, it is a beautiful gift and so impressive to watch. And he's just picking Manivat apart here. Still got the full combo halfway through the map. We're looking for that first FC of the pool. Not had one yet, from what I can tell, but we are still looking for it. Could this be the one?
This would be a shocker if this is the FC we see from Velcro. but he's looking locked in on the hidden, man. The next part is kind of similar to what we've seen so far. The style doesn't change too much. Still lots of these swinging aim patterns and 1-8 stuff. He's got the point, but how far can he take this run right now? Still going, 500k, nearly 600k now, 97th, very solid arc.
Oh, and he does drop the FC, nearly 600k in, that's so unfortunate for Velcro. No full combo just yet, but he has done more than enough to even up the playing field. We're finally getting into the nitty-gritty of the scorelines here. It's our first 2-2 result so far of the tournament. We are in for the long haul on this one. What a score from Velcro Shoes on that hidden 3.
That's so good. That was such a good score from him. Just against anyone that would have had a good shot. But that is a nice 5 miss. Decent ack as well. But he's looking locked in on the hidden, and that could be big for this tournament. If he can get past Maniavat, that could be huge later on. If he can cover hidden well. Maniavat, though, from 2-0 up to 2-2, locked in, but the next pick's his. Can he get the momentum back? Hard Rock 3 is where he's going to go for it.
Yeah, good opportunity to kind of switch things up. Very much not seen Velcro on the Hard Rock in this particular matchup. We did see him play, well, you see both of them play this map, in fact, earlier today. Velcro Shoes had a 640k on this in his matchup against Jovial Grape. But now up against Burning John, who has picked into it with only a 331k performance.
I think there's room to improve that. That might have just been a low roll. Knowing Maniavat, and certainly if he's picking it in this instance, he must know he has a chance. He's surely done his homework on Velcro Shoes' last match.
But it has to be said, Maniavat's accuracy was not solid, so it could be an underperformance, but it could also mean something else. And there's the first break, Velcro Shoes coming in with it, but the accuracies are still very similar. Maniavat got to hold on to that high accuracy to really take advantage of this combo difference. But it's not a long map. A lot of these are very short maps in this pool.
That's true, yeah. It's OC maps for busy people, and this one's like that. The rhythm game sized. That's a big chain miss, though, from Maniavat on that wiggling stream. Velcro hit that. So now he's back in with this small advantage in this more comboable section of the map.
So, into the second half, Velcro finally gets the lead back after that early combo, but Maniavat's still keeping the accuracy quite high here. They are well adjusted to this map. But it's who can hit this ending section coming up. There's the big slider drop from Velcro Shoes. And momentum swings again. Burning John, Maniavat needs to take advantage of this. Can't afford that drop right there, but it does come in. And the score margin only 60k, but it's climbing towards Velcro Shoes. We need another break. Can we get one? The score's going to fall, but is it going to fall enough? Maniavat's accuracy is not strong enough. As of yet, we need a chain miss from Velcro potentially to swing this. I don't think it's going to happen.
No, there's no misses on that stream. Oof. Miss on the slider, though. Not that it matters, thankfully for him. 43k, though. That's another break point here for Velcro.
That's a 1 miss.
That's a 1 miss.
That's disgusting.
That's insane.
That's ridiculous from Velcro Shoes. Honestly, that is. I mean, I know he got 600k before, but I don't think it was a 1 miss. It was a 2 miss. Velcro is incredibly consistent on this map. Do not pick this into Velcro. Nah.
I mean, it's an improvement from Maniavat on that, and the accuracy and the miscount's pretty low as well. It's unfortunate, but yeah, it turns out it didn't work out well for him. Turns out Velcro can just play that map. Hard Rock 3 is apparently his map. Now, from 2-0 down to 3-2 up. Velcro with 3 map wins in a row right now with the pick, and he's got both DT maps open for his specialized skill set. But we were chatting about this before. The double time and speed head-to-head is going to be pretty interesting on this because both players can play those 2 DT maps well.
Absolutely.
He's not going there.
He's not going to start there, though. I mean, this is a great map. I love this map. But this is very much your good, best of both worlds for Velcro Shoes on this one. You know, he's very much solid on the hidden maps. He's very much solid on the mechanic style. He's completely locked into hidden right now. This could be his map.
I think of all the hidden maps, this is certainly more his map than the other 2, and he's already won those 2. So yeah, don't fix what aim broke. He's a hidden player today. And Manivat definitely had some consistency struggles. This map, you know, with the SR and some of that linear aim in it as well, can trip up someone that's not too comfortable on their hidden. Can Velcro make it 3 and 3 though on the hidden? That's the question.
Yeah, can he dominate? Nice hidden pool. He is locked in. He knows what Burning John got on this. He was not the strongest. This was the map that Manivat dropped to Luna in the round of 16 matchup. But the break from Velcro Shoes. Velcro starting to come apart here, but doesn't hold on to the combo, but does keep things nice and even. But accuracy still in Velcro Shoes' hands very much comfortably in the first quarter, but another drop gives Manivat a tiny edge.
Yeah, a few drops there in the solo. You know, they're going to be setting back Velcro a little bit. Accuracy is saving him a lot though. But consistency-wise, both players looking pretty similar on this right now. Looking really tight in the aim comfort on this map right now. I guess Manivat definitely looking a bit more on this than previous.
So neck and neck, 1/3 of the map gone. Gonna really open up the spacing again, and Velcro slips again. Those shoes not as solid as they could be. As Burning John, well, Burning Passion to keep this scoreline nice and even and get the break point back. Both players find misses, and the chain from Velcro is going to sting, evens up the accuracy to a much closer deficit now. But with the inconsistency from Velcro, he might just let Manivat back into this. It's a much better performance from the round of 16. I think Velcro has underestimated this pick.
Yeah, I say Manivat he stepped up on this one this time around, and Velcro definitely not quite getting the aim this time around, but it's still so close. There's still not really much in this at all. One good combo in this next big chorus section could still flip it either way, but Velcro now really starting to find a bunch of misses in this big drop, and he's falling further and further behind now.
Yeah, he really is. It's just allowed Burning John to edge his way into a further score lead. It's quite significant now. And Velcro's really going to have to lock in this last quarter, and both of them finding chain misses keeps the score margin where it is. But it's Velcro that's coming off worse every single pattern at this rate. He's dropping so much more. And it's just hurting every single time. Manivat hits the 300k mark, and I think this is done and dusted, to be honest. There isn't a lot left of this map.
There isn't. This is just the wind down now. That's about it. It's another breakpoint. Breakpoint central this matchup, man. The sharing is caring. Velcro won 2 hidden maps, but hidden one, the one maybe we thought he would have had the best chance on, will go to Burning John. And it is 3-3 now. It's last pick central. Both players going to get one. 10 miss from Burning John compared to the 40 miss. Definite big difference in the consistency in that one in particular. Oh, God, where do we go now, Dimash?
What have these players got left in their arsenal? The main map that kind of has caught my eye, and I don't know if it's the best option for Burning John, but he does have the score difference to pick it. He's not going to go for it. This is a real surprise.
Oh, gosh.
I was expecting that DT2, but I think he's expecting Velcro Shoes to go into it. So he is saying, I'm calling your bluff. Let's play some precision. This is, in my eyes, a brilliant pick for Burning John. For those who don't know, Velcro Shoes plays on an incredibly fine area on his tablet. It's incredibly small, and that makes these precision maps in particular a nightmare to be consistent on, because one small bit of over-aim, and we are talking 1 to 2 millimeters of over-aim, and he can drop his combo.
Yeah, that's Velcro Shoes' area, by the way. His entire area is 20 millimeters width. That's less than like a fingernail area. So playing small circle size is just... it's demonic. I don't know how he does it. He does okay on them, though, usually, but it's like... surely it can't be that comfortable, but he makes it work.
It's one of his probably least consistent skill sets, I would say.
Well, he's going to need it here. I do agree. I do think Invasion is going to be the play most likely from Velcro after this. So if this works out, then that means Burning John will have a good shot if that comes up. I guess we'll see, but the decision at the moment looks like is going to be going the way of the Dutch player in the early stage.
Velcro again showing that inconsistency. We know that it's not his most consistent skill set, and Manivat has picked that apart beautifully in this matchup, and it's actually doing incredibly well himself. Hasn't dropped the full combo as of yet. Gets a little shaky, over tapping just to try and avoid the note lock with those streams, but does make it through. Velcro really doesn't have a response here. He needs to see some chain missing from Burning John, even just a combo drop to start with, but it's not there as of yet.
Isn't been given anything to work with. Velcro Shoes, like I said, he's recovered nicely through the whoop section. There's finally a break from Manivat, but we're 2/3 in. That's such a massive score deficit. I just can't see that being closed up in time. Not with the ACK as well being in favour of the Dutch player. This is looking pretty good here for Manivat to bank that break point for him, or bank the match point, I should say.
Yeah, and that last miss is gonna confirm it.
Yeah, that's it.
Burning John has had a rough road to get there, but has in fact made it to the 4th point. We can say that for definite before this map is even over, because that score margin is so vastly different. But I can't believe he left this pick as long as he did in his back pocket. But I mean, you can't knock the strategy. Whatever gets you over the line gets you there. And for Manivat, that is a fantastic one miss on that map. Incredibly hard to consistently perform on, but he has done it with flying colours. Velcro Shoes to pick next, and I'm hoping it's Invasion, because I want to see these two play on Invasion. They are so good on this map.
Oh, we're told the winner will have to go for an interview at casting. Oh, well, sounds good to me.
That works for us, absolutely.
Yeah, hit us up. Sounds good.
Let's get the ground team out there just in case it's now. It might not go to tiebreaker, folks. I want to see the tiebreaker. We all want to see the tiebreaker. But you will have to get through this incredibly tough matchup, because it's not over, folks. Velcro Shoes to pick next.
Will he go into Invasion? No, he won't. I think he urged you, Dimash. He's just like, nah, I can't get this guy. Can't give this guy the predictions. His crystal ball.
I can't be that loud. I can't be that loud, surely. I refuse to accept it.
Alchemist is the pick. And I mean, you know what? With the way Manivat played on Invasion, I imagine Velcro Shoes just doesn't want to contest that, and I don't blame him. This map is much more on the aim side as well, and it's also very high approach rate. Approach rate 8.8, 10.5.
Yeah. Again, it requires you to have really good reading in a different capacity. You've just got to be able to react as quickly to hit some of these notes. There are ways to kind of abuse it. I imagine both players will probably be doing it for more of a comfort than anything else. You can raise your gamma, which can make the fade in of the approach circle. It just appears earlier. It doesn't change the speed of it or anything like that. It just appears earlier.
Yeah, it makes it a bit more prominent, which does help for stuff like this.
There's no way they're not, production. There's no way they're not. I will bet that their screens are as bright as Christmas lights over there. I have no doubt.
Will it work out for Velcro though? Because like I say, he's under pressure now. One of the mainstays of Epic Land here, under pressure. 4th place last time. Winning this will guarantee at least that level. Ooh. But regardless though, Manivat though, with the early miss, is going to be giving the advantage over to the Brit. The map's quite long though, and there's plenty of time for that to come back. The accuracy on Manivat's still pretty decent. Level of comfort still pretty decent for him. He has to lock in and settle down again.
Yeah, again, he's guaranteed that tiebreaker, which is important. This is not a must-win for Manivat, only if he wanted to avoid the tiebreaker. But that break for Velcro Shoes could open things up. Massive multiplier with double time, so you can massively pull back score. It's closer than it looks on paper, and with Manivat starting to build momentum here, going into the last quarter of the map, another break from Velcro Shoes is going to accelerate that. As we go into it, we might not need a tiebreaker here. It's Manivat's point to lose. He has big combo into the last quarter. Will he knock down the mainstay at Epic Land? The quarterfinals proving too tough for Velcro Shoes. He's got nothing left, and Manivat just keeps going and going. He does finally break, but he has sent Velcro Shoes to a shocking end at the early stages of the bracket. Manivat goes 5-3 against Velcro Shoes. No tiebreaker for us.
Tiebreaker denied. But what a comeback to make it happen, though, for Manivat on that map. He was far down on that map in the early rounds. Velcro looking really good there. But he just locked in for that final section. The last half, 500 combo throughout that ending was big. Great recovery there. And we are going to see one of our Dutch players in top 4 here at Epic Land, guaranteeing at least top 4. He's going into the semi-finals. And awaiting him in the semi-final is one of our former champions, Rudge, which should be a big matchup there.
Yeah, Rudge is very much on his redemption arc, I think, for this tournament. He's looking to gain better than the 3rd place matchup that he had back in November. But that is going to be an interesting matchup for sure. We've always seemed to have consistency with the international players making that sort of top 4 bracket. We always, we had the 2 Polish players in the final in November. A year ago we had Aleph making 3rd place.
Yes, yeah, he was 3rd.
Beating Velcro Shoes. So again, we're still continuing with that trend of international representation at Epic Land, which is always amazing to see. I'm a massive advocate for that. We want to see all of you come over and showcase what you can do on the stage. And Manivat just 1 point away, and now we kind of have a better idea of the quarterfinal roundup. As you said before, Rudge still looking clean. Did drop that first point though in the quarterfinals, so is beatable on certain maps. But as we move to the lower half of the bracket, we can see, oh, what a semi-final that is.
Yeah, it's Kingling, also known as Freddy Fazbear, and currently on Osu, former Epic Land champion of the very first tournament, back again against Sync HD, which is a matchup I know a lot of people have been really excited to see. They've really been looking forward to seeing how Sync can do in LAN, a very strong online tournament player, but going up against Kingling, who has not lost a single match in Epic across 2 tournaments right now.
Absolutely.
You have something to say about that, I'm sure. We have the man himself, Burning John. Yo, let's see if we can figure out a setup for this then. Shall we? Go on then. Maybe we need to get you in the middle, because you are the man of the moment. You can take a seat, I'll stand next to you. Oh, take a seat, sir.
I'll try and get us all in frame.
Yep. I'm not sure how I'm going to do microphones here, but hey. Oh. Yeah, congratulations, nice win. Really good match. I suppose we'll have to share the mic, so I'll roll this. First of all, it's really cool to have you here at Epic. Cool to see you. Have you found the event so far, actually?
Yeah, I'm having fun. I mean, I've played a lot more Osu than normally I would. Like, I wasn't expecting to play this much, but yeah, I don't know. I'm having fun. It's good.
That's what it's all about, really. But so it's always cool seeing some international people come out for our event. You know, our good vibes here at Epic. But honestly, well played in that matchup. And it was a tough matchup against Velcro Shoes, who he's played a lot of Epics at this point. He knows what's up, but you've managed to take him out. Can I just ask about, were you surprised about how the hiddens went? Because Velcro's not a hidden player, but he decided to really lock in. Like, what was going through your head as those hidden maps were coming up?
To be honest, I was expecting to just lose Hidden 1 in particular by a lot. I thought I checked his last MP, his last match. I thought he had a good score. I'm not sure exactly what he had, but I'm pretty sure it was higher than what I had in my first match by a lot. Because I think I got like a really, really bad score, so I was really surprised I won that. But the Hidden 3, that was a really good score from him.
It was, yeah.
That was a really good score. So I wasn't expecting to win that either, but I was surprised with how high he got, definitely. And Hidden 2 as well. I mean, I wasn't expecting to win that either, but I just kind of troll picked that. Because I had a C rank on my locals. I was like, you know what? I'm confident. I think I can do better. I did not do better.
I respect it. I respect it, mate.
Was there any maps in particular that you found you overperformed on in that matchup?
Yeah, probably DT1. I thought I would lose at the break, but I managed to bring it back somehow. I was actually sight reading, so I was pretty nervous about that. And then, yeah, Hidden 1, obviously, because I wasn't expecting to win that in the first place. So I think those two I overperformed, definitely.
Yeah, because that Hidden 1 was a big point in the matchup, right? I didn't catch what that said.
Sight read Chad.
Sight reads are OP, as we know. But, like, yeah, I mean, that was a tough point in the matchup, but you managed to really lock in on that. And I think that was a big point where the momentum really switched to your side at that point after Velcro came back. So. Also, as well, one more thing. We were chatting about, was it the Hard Rock 2?
Yeah.
The precision map. We were a little bit surprised it didn't come out like a bit earlier. Was that something you had in mind about saving it to later on, or was that something just to spur the moment? Like, any thoughts about your pick on that Hard Rock 2 at all?
Yeah, so about that, Jack, a friend of mine, he was standing behind me, and he said that Velcro Shoes was very good at precision. So I was like, okay, I'm just not going to pick that then. And then at that point, I was like, okay, I have no maps left. I'm going to lose everything else. I'm good at precision myself, so I'm just going to gamble it. And it turned out to be a good choice.
Absolutely. So you're up against Rudge in the semi-finals. Any thoughts, any strategies that you're kind of thinking that you want to share, or are you just going to go in and sort of wing it and hope for the best?
Well, Roger's pretty good at the game.
Yeah.
So I don't really know. I think I'm just going to pick what I think I'm comfortable on, and yeah, I'm just not going to look at what he can do. I'm just going to pick what I can do.
What you can do.
And
That's
then
a
just
solid
hope for the
strategy.
best.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we wish you all the best in the semi-final. We'll let you head off now and keep warm, because it's going to be a very long day, because you've also got that third place matchup to potentially think about as well. So you've still got at least 2 games left today. So good luck, and we'll see you again on stream hopefully later.
Thanks.
Good luck. So that was Manivat there, who has successfully defeated Velcro Shoes in the quarterfinals. We are now entering the semi-final stage. 4 players remain in EPIC47, all vying for that stage spot, and indeed the prize pool that is up for grabs this, well, I suppose this year.
Yeah, and of course the glory, the honour, the Epic Land trophy as well, all on the line for someone to take home and have pride of place with the many other trophies, I'm sure, from the successes. But regardless, all to play for here at EPIC47. 20 minutes, I believe the next game will be, right? It'll be at 4 p.m. Yep, so 20 minutes. You got some time to grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a snack, whatever you want to do.
Absolutely. It should be, we should have both semi-final streams, so it should be Rudge versus Manivat.
That's the first one on, yeah. So, that, yeah. So Manivat's got a quick turnaround then in his matchup, so we'll see him back in action.
Absolutely. So thank you so much for joining us. We shall take that short break, and we shall bring you back with the first roundup of the semi-finals. See you soon.